Zamba, and he's out of the tournament,
Yep.
or Jahzz0, because unfortunately, he's 4-1 against Jahzz0. The last 4 sets they played, Jahzz0 ended up taking them, and the last 2 sets they played actually was that Solar Flare 2024 job to those TOs. Ended up losing to Jahzz0 in a Game 10, actually, in Winners Finals and Grand Finals. So Jahzz0 has had Syrup's number as of lately, but, I mean, honestly, both these players are playing really hot today. So this is honestly still a toss-up.
Yeah, it feels as though in this matchup in particular, the first stock just matters so much. Because if Ken is able to actually just force you to approach and force you in, he can play a little bit more around those short use. He can use a little bit more disjoints and focuses offensively as well as defensively. On the other side, if Syrup is able to build a wall and force Jahzz0 to knock it down and just break down that door, then this character, Steve, becomes so difficult to beat. When he has got a wall behind him, I genuinely don't know what Ken does.
Oh, 100%. It's definitely going to be easier than done, but we're seeing here Jahzz0 already bringing out the aggression. Here comes the down air, and that's the things we need to see. There's one thing Jahzz0 has been on today. He's been able to catch those aerial approaches, finds that down air out the corner, and recognizing, like you said, if there's one thing you want to be against Steve, it's in the lead as a character who forces characters to approach.
Remember that lead, though? 56%
yeah,
off of one up air straight.
You feel old yet? That lead is gone. Only 90s kids remember it.
Only 90s kids remember. Oh my God. So at this position, really the question becomes, how is Jahzz0 going to approach this? Is it going to just be, I'm going to tap at the wall and force Syrup to actually take an actionable option that I can punish? Or is it more going to be this? Focus on the wall where you're safe, poke and prod with forward tilt, and then just force Syrup to commit those resources all the way across the stage.
Looking for the pick up there with the minecart. Syrup, again, playing the passive game, recognizing any bit of percent as a lead is a lead, and that matters the most against a character like Ken. We're seeing here every single time Jahzz0 weaves in and out, being able to make every single count hit, and it's very scary as a character like Steve, especially when you're trying to get the materials up. We're seeing the material bar getting relatively low here, and Jahzz0 is just chilling like it's another day in the office. As I say that, runs off back air.
Dude,
why
was
did we
chilling.
do that?
Dude was chilling. That was
Jahzz0 wrong for this? Was Pops wrong for this?
It looked like another day at the office, then all of a sudden, Jahzz0 got a little bit of a pink slip. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I got to go and head over to the boss's office. We got some talking to do.
Anyways.
Ran off stage and got hard punished, though, by Syrup. That is an issue there, where if Syrup decides to play in the corner, like we saw that he was able to get a huge reversal right there, but then Jahzzo, yet again, back into neutral, back on stage, and Jahzzo has an easy response.
There's one person who has the Steve counterplay on lock. We're seeing already coming off the Angel platform, running down Syrup off the crowd because we can't build a diamond tools and putting the aggression up. Still operating on wood tools here. Only has a diamond in his back pocket, no other materials. Trying to get back into this game can't be whatsoever because, again, you're at deficit against Ken. You need to push the aggression because that's the only thing you can do. If you build materials and pass up once, your stock is gone. And Jahzzo is taking advantage of that. Here comes a landing there. Not finding it, just barely hanging on your Syrup.
Wasn't even able to use that diamond to build the tool, it looked like. So in this position, we are just flailing a little bit back off. There we go. Now, diamond is available. We've got a little bit more resources to work with, or we did. For a split second. It feels as though Syrup isn't the one to actually spend time to build up the whole resource bar.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Being able to weave in and out of the aggression, and that's what Syrup does the best, right? Being able to keep his opponent guessing of when he's going to swing. So that's reminiscent of the Ness, actually. We're seeing constantly the advantage is definitely so hard to guess. We're seeing him right now. Jahzzo just does not know when to engage her, because when you're down against, even when it's 4%, it's so scary, because if Syrup catches you, boom, parry, F smash, no matter what he pulls out, your stock is gone. You've got to be careful here. And Syrup's already letting it swing.
Diamond pick is gone, though, so we're relying on gold, but doesn't matter. Double down tilt into the up B. Could not get the SDI to fall out, so Syrup down game one. Jahzzo, put a little bit of that head guy Steve game plan on display.
100%. Definitely good stuff there to Jahzzo. I mean, honestly, if we say it as casters, we can make anything sound good. It sounds a little silly when you say it out loud of, hey, man, what's their game plan? I need to win. I need to run and get damage first. So I'm like, okay, man, that's not really a game plan. Yes, it is.
What's my game plan? Hit them very hard.
What's the game plan? Win first. Get in there.
Be the better player.
Exactly. I mean, Jahzzo, the thing he's doing is fantastic. Like, already running in, throwing in those soft nairs, right? And we saw it in the set earlier against Jahzz, being able to swap between jumping in with the nairs or just coming in with focus, right? Being able to switch that on the dime is huge in matchups like this. Again, he's been so good at running in and finding a down tilt, not getting too overzealous, but quick 35 pieces, 25 pieces, 60 damage already. That's huge.
It feels as though every time you errantly touch this character's shield in Ken, you're going to take 40. And really, at this percent, 95, 96, you have to worry about kill percent. So really, it's 3 neutral wins. That's all Jahzzo needs to secure the stock. He just needs to dodge nonsense like that where he's getting walked across the stage. That is so.
Golly.
What just
Yo,
happened?
He's making stuff up.
Back air into Tatsu. It's like, oh, you want to tech this? I got
That
more
was a
damage
Street
for you.
Fighter
We're
6
good.
wall combo. What are we doing here, dog? That was crazy. 139. Again, here comes the focus, bouncing right off of that. Even that's a huge trade for Ken. If anything, Ken wins that trade every day of the week. 1v3, almost max right here on the Steve. So definitely Syrup can bring this back. Just looking open, gonna catch that Aaron up smash. So again, using the focus cancel to weave in and out, using the movement. Honestly, reminiscent of something like Yoshi, bro. The way he's moving around, this Ken is nuts.
It still is a difference maker in the corner, though. It feels as though Syrup is showing why Steve is so devastating in those spots. Every single time that Jahzz0 is forced off stage, it's really a question of if he'll be able to make it back, not when.
Oh, just barely hanging on though. Jahzz0 doing, again, recognizing Steve and saying, okay, that forward air is not going to take it just yet. I need to immediately shore you can, and he's fine. He makes it back just fine. Go definitely in a decent bit of a deficit. If there's any time to get materials back, it's going to be now. Nice spot dodge to avoid that up tilt. Again, Syrup getting a little too predictable here with the damage he's finding on Jahzz0. And Jahzz0 with a decent bit of rage, just Ken. You need 1 or 2 hits, and he's back in this game. Did you see that?
What happened?
He did focus on the wall and then cancel out of it.
That's true, actually. Yeah, so he's trying to make that as safe as possible.
That's a thing.
That is very interesting, is what it is.
And that's,
oh, the stone block.
Unfortunately, you can't cancel short. You're playing the wrong game to do that.
So we've seen that a couple times now. What Syrup will do is he'll put a stone down or a wood, or should be a wood or a dirt down first, and then he'll walk forward to get stone at the perfect position to cover that angle with the up B. Because the up B can pierce wood and can pierce dirt. You can pierce stone as easily when it's at full HP.
Definitely good recognition there from Syrup. The pickaxe is gone, and that's going to be the down tilt into shore. You can taking it. I mean, yeah, Syrup's up 32%, but Diamond out. Actually, just canceling out his diamond building animation to get the damage there on Jahzz0. That's a good mix up there from Syrup. You don't have the diamond tools up just yet, but 60%, even with the diamond in your back pocket, is a good place to be if you're Steve. Oh, and as I say that, man, Jahzz0 is just on a tear. You got to be careful if you're Syrup right now.
Yeah, I think Syrup recognized that. Syrup faded back all the way in that position, just saying, I understand that I need a minute or two to rest and reconsider what my options were.
You
Down
cannot
smash.
rest now. There are monsters nearby. Stone's out now. Look for the down tilt. Nice recovery there from Jahzz0. Still hanging on just fine.
Surprised we didn't get a second block. Like, we just put 1 stone down instead of 2, and I think that very likely that second one would have actually caught it. The cancel yet again. You called it out the first time, Momo, and Syrup's been doing that much more frequently. Fake out as if you're just retreating and building up your tools, and then immediately toss out an aggressive option. Syrup, the master of the mix.
That goes off what I mentioned game 1, right, where unfortunately Syrup's getting a little too predictable in his Steve flowchart. I mean, it's a really good flowchart. Nonetheless, I mean, like he's 33rd in the world. It's a good flowchart. But sometimes when your opponent's getting predictable, playing a character like Ken's like, okay, I know when he's going to go in. I know he's going to up tilt. I just fade in, boom, fade, find that nair, and I take a stock. Syrup being able to say, okay, like the way he plays Steve, sometimes he does the less viable option, but it's to catch the opponent not expecting it, right? Like going off of the crafting table. It's not like, you know, it's reminiscent of like somebody recovering high, putting something in a bad position, but the opponents are expecting it, so they don't punish it. It's something like that, where you stick with the wood tools, but that's not affecting your up smash. Canceling the building there and then going to find the up smash from Jahzz0 landing, that's the kind of stuff we need to see more mixing up and being able to keep Jahzz0 on his toes and make him scared to float in and out more. That's how you win the day if you're Syrup.
I agree. It's just the reward that he gets out of those spots is just so high. Speaking of reward right there, look at the damage in this position and the down tilt actually intercepting Tatsu, but goes for a down smash in that position. Perhaps a little bit of a tech flop in that spot, as Jahzz0 definitely not going to get clipped by that one. Does get the down air and the tech chase as well. Patience by Syrup, just waiting out the animation so that he can make sure that he can grab Jahzz0 at the end of that roll.
Nice, there we go, just popping it out of the minecart. There we go. And again, now Syrup taking more of a step back. Now, instead of playing the regular Steve game, playing more cautionary and countering Jahzz0's game plan of fading in and out with there. Okay, I'm just going to take play. Oh, that was crazy. Just straight up shoring through the minecart.
Was that the invuln on startup, or was there a spot dodge there?
I think that was an invuln startup, to be honest. That was sure. I mean, he needs it, I guess.
True. Down
I'm not going to argue that.
Down tilt into the up B confirm in that spot, too. Yeah. Considering how frequently characters fall out of that, he's got to have some good qualities on that area.
Consider falling. What if I just up B there? But here comes down tilt again. I mean, here's the thing, too. Now, Jahzz0 has been so good at popping his opponent onto the platform and finding damage like that. Syrup's got to be careful when approaching from under the platform. He caught it again, but here comes the up tilt with a punish there. Again, going to catch a normal get up there with the down smash. I mean, we're seeing Syrup getting a little more tenacious. There we go. Nice usage of that iron block. Go that, like you mentioned earlier, you can go through the dirt, you can go through stone, or especially does not going to go through the iron. That's not going to work.
Exactly. That position is always going to be an awkward one for Jahzz0 if we try to recover low while Syrup has time to actually build that wall. Now offstage yet again, the projectiles are out. The stone wall is out. Can you get it? Barely. He actually did a B reversal too in that position. I think that's the perfect angle, the only one that would allow Jahzz0 back.
It's a crazy bob and weave there. Jahzz0 still hanging on here. 99% though on Syrup. Definitely still sitting here. Not so comfortably in the lead. As like no diamond in the back pocket. If he finds it down till as I say it, Syrup unfortunately has no diamond here for the stock. So if any time Jahzz0 wants to have a lot of rage against the final stock on Steve, it's going to be now. He needs to take advantage. But as I say that, gets a little too overzealous. And Syrup's like, okay, I know you want my head now. I don't have diamond. I don't need diamond. Up smash? I'm not upgrading the up smash.
Up smash.
That's the same Magma block.
Just one of those positions where you have to respect things like falling up air and up tilt in those spots because Syrup, out of any of the Steves here, you know he's going to hit the NILs.
Yeah.
You know he's got the tech. You know he's got those max strings. And one of the ways that he's been showing his mastery with the Steve is waiting in these strings. We see time and time again where Syrup will take a little bit of time to make sure that he's got the turnaround ready or that he's got the perfect DI or the perfect angle to get that up air, to get that up tilt. The extensions are not mashed out. He's not flailing on his C-stick. Instead, he's perfectly positioning his hitboxes in such a way as to punish his opponent's maximum.
Now, Scabs, I think this stage pick here is very, very interesting. Now, can you tell, why do you think Jahzz0 would want to go to Town and City of all stages, considering that he's been finding most of his stocks off of the ceiling of the stages? I think this is a pretty interesting stage choice.
I think that he's basically relying on like the final D aspect of it to force Syrup to play neutral. Because when it's neutral time, Jahzz0 seems to be doing fairly well. But when Syrup can like retreat to platforms, then it gets a lot harder. He hasn't really been able to lock him down at disadvantage.
Definitely very fair point. It's not just taking the stocks, but just playing in between the neutral, fighting the damage in general. We're seeing Jahzz0 struggle as well. Yeah, it might be FD level. There's still these platforms in the middle. Also, this stage is huge. You give Steve the space to run away and get materials. That's the one thing Syrup's been struggling with all set is getting materials up. You give him time to get materials, and he's going to be keeping you out, walling you out till Kingdom Come.
But look at that. The perfect landing area leads into a ton of damage and then into just to shore you in that spot. So we're not going for like super max damage. We're trying for the consistent combos. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised that down tilt didn't just blow Syrup up for that one.
That was crazy. Can I finally cancel that? And has the right idea there with the up tilt. Now Syrup putting the pressure up in the center of the stage, letting it rip a little bit with the F smash and the back air. Nice pair from Jahzz0, and that's going to take it a down tilt into the heavy shore Yuken. Up a stock here. Taking one of his first lead set actually on the first stock. That's going to be big. Like you mentioned earlier, the way the set goes is who takes the lead early on, and I should probably shut my mouth.
So much of that lead, exactly. Just gone immediately.
The lead in question.
Is the lead in the room with us right now, Mo?
It's gone, actually.
Oh, no. Walking all the way across the stage, goes for a down air, and actually gets the outward hitbox. So a little bit fortunate for Jahzz0, but, you know, it might be fortunate, but the combo still dealing 80+ damage. He still cannot get out of this string here from Syrup.
Putting the pressure up here with the minecart, hoping to put more damage on that crafting as well. Syrup doing a really good job keeping Jahzz0 at bay here. Setting up the building materials behind that wall as well. Take that pressure with that diamond. Jahzz0 again following up with that up air on the platform.
What a pickup off that plat too with the up B. That was bold.
Jahzz0's been so good with these pickups today. Oh my God! Who is this guy?
Pick him up and put him down.
Who is this guy?
At this position, he's him.
He might be him, bro.
At this point,
Give me the first flight to Georgia, bro. I need to find out what's in the water out there.
A little bit more than fluoride in the water. That's a dang shot.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, getting kidnapped, has to recover low.
Oh, and he's gone. And it's gone.
We stuck with the match too.
Yeah.
Syrup, every time like a Steve goes super deep, I'm like, surely he's not coming back from this one, right? No.
Every single time I see Steve, if Steve's stock's not gone, I'm like, oh, he's making it back, no matter where he is. Oh!
Focus.
Recognizing there was one hit left on the golden axe and actually going to focus through that. That's next level of Steve awareness that most players do not have. Jahzz0 is insane for that.
But did you see that point with perfect DI, Syrup was able to survive that one? 100% on other stages, he's dead. Yeah. This time, we had a good SDI that time. You saw Syrup directly above Jahzz0, very nearly falling out, but unable to get the super off.
Dude, we talked
check that. Look at that SDI. He popped up right behind him. Maybe 1 or 2 inputs away from getting out of that last skill blow.
We talk about top players. Every time a top player beats Steve, we're like, oh, he knows the matchup. Let me tell you, that's next level Steve knowledge, Steve counterplay, where you can recognize that how many hits are left of the axe. There's only one left to break. So Jahzz0 going full send with the focus instead of canceling it with the last hit so he can't break it again with any other up tilt.
intelligent.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's intelligent. And also,
I've never seen that.
Also, in this position, that's not just like good Steve gameplay. That just shows how much Jahzz0 does to watch his opponents.
That's awareness.
That's just like you are locked in to see what your opponent's doing, not just what you're trying to do. You're not sitting there worried about execution tests because you can trust your hands to do what they need to do.
Exactly.
Then you can devote all of your resources into paying attention to what your opponent's doing.
We're taking this to Battlefield for our Game 5 here, Scab. Now, Battlefield, this is a stage I've seen Syrup go time to time very comfortable on a stage like this, being able to not only find the NIL combos off the top with the top up, also being able to run away. And there's one character he wants to escape from to get those materials back up. It's Ken. This character is scary.
It is Mr. Masters for sure. And oh no, actually just could not quite get the down air going. No iron left because we have had a ton of wood, but nothing better than that. Using the double jump, but able to get past that down smash attempt with a good get up attack.
Get the iron there again, burn there with that minecart. Oh, Jahzz0 getting a little too lost in the sauce there, looking for a mix-up there with the combo.
These little wavelands back? Like, what is this? This is a Game 5 mix-up. Right?
All right. Let's chill out, Jahzz0. You're getting a little too cocky. Let's relax. Thing off stage, and there we go. Syrup doing the thing. There we go. Yeah, baby. Running off stage, gonna catch the minecart there. The ambivalent command grab from other side of the stage, and you are not making that back.
That's so unfortunate. All that came because Jahzz0 decided to get a little bit too over-aggressive in the corner. Like, if they're doing the planking right there, just let Syrup have that. Be like, oh, dog, I'm going to go center stage. You can get up for free if you want. Just let me play the game.
He's going to walk the plank. You got to go wipe the port bow, bro. There's nothing you can do about that.
All right. Calm down.
My fault. But here comes the diamond here, and here comes the NIL combos that I'm talking about there. Off of those Battlefield platforms, here comes the diamond up tilt into the forward air again. Catching the jumps onto stage. Jahzz0 staying grounded, keeping his feet on the ground, recognizing that, okay, no matter what Syrup throws out of his bag of tricks, out of his inventory, he's still fine. He just needs to be patient and find that opening when Syrup gives it to him. Again, recognizing that, focusing out and getting that air dodge away, and that's where he finds his damage. Jahzz0's been so good at playing so patiently this set.
And that all came from a shimmy. He dashed in, waited for Syrup to actually react to it. Syrup dropped shield, and he's like, okay, it's go time. Unfortunately, it's stop time right there.
And again, now when Jahzz0 tried to do it again, Syrup's like, okay, you're not going to win with that twice. Tried to shimmy back out, rolled in to go for a punish, and Syrup caught him there with the anvil. Syrup has been so good at catching his opponents not mixing up.
Does get a good parry and then catches the roll back, it looked like, but great DI from Syrup. We're not trying to SDI that one. We are just preemptively making sure that we optimally manage to escape.
Yeah, we're cheering. Syrup playing the patient game, but going to get caught with that down tilt into Shoryuken. Game 5, final stock, Scabs. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty terrible right there because I just got down thrown by Syrup. That was looking terrifying, but good SDI from Jahzz0. Gets a chance to respond, 42%. And when does Ken outdamage this Steve player?
Don't speak into existence. Oh my god, a focus of the ages. My god. We saw in the last against Chugs too. Jahzz0 goes through the craziest focuses of all time.
We've seen it a couple times here. We saw it once when he canceled the focus on that wall. But no, it looks like he went for a jab and got clipped by the down air. Does manage to make it back. We have another focus. We were canceled, rolling back. Double back air, and finally manages to get through that barrage. But he resets the minecart. This advantageous position continuing here. Jahzz0 still can't make it back to anything approaching center stage. The tricks from Syrup starting to overwhelm Jahzz0's shield and his defenses.
Looking to pick out another diamond pickaxe in the back foot. Jahzz0 not going to find the punish on that just yet. Diamond out, the forward air, still not going to do it. Jahzz0 hanging on max rage on this Ken, hanging on like no other. Finds it again, drops the shield there into the anvil. And Syrup, after losing 4 sets in a row to Jahzz0, just barely not able to close up those game 5s, finally locks in for his region. Syrup moves on to losers finals. That's my guy right there.
Let's check the replay. By the way. Let's check the replay, though. Check this out. So I'm willing to bet money Jahzz0 landed and tried to grab Edge. He flickered the shield because he knew if he grabbed Edge, he would have been invulnerable. He could have rolled onto stage. He would have gotten out of that lead trap. But watch this. He stepped forward just a little bit, but I think the character's too tall to grab Edge right there. His hands were above the stage.
Low key. Hold on. Go for another second. Oh.
He walked forward. He thought he was going to get the Edge.
That's crazy. I thought he went for an up tilt there, honestly.
No hitbox came out. He just took a step forward. $20 as he was like, please let me be invulnerable. I want to get out of this Edge